And welcome back to the GladrapChannel's coverage of Multitrade Promotions Fists of Fury here at the Auckland Netball Centre. Lightning Mike Angove with Isaac Savage. Great card ahead of us tonight. This is another corporate bout. More experience though with these two at the middleweight limit. Fred Perese has 9 fights, 4 wins, 4 losses and the single draw, so very much even Stevens with his record so far. Mackenzie's a far more experienced fighter. He has had 30 fights, 25 victories, got a 30% KO ratio, so not too bad. He has been a kickboxer through the majority of his career. And let's see whether his kickboxing experience translates into success in the boxing ring.
Hey Mike, being a former kickboxer yourself, don't you love it when you see a kickboxer come to the boxing ring? The dynamic style, flair they bring, it's just a little bit different from the pace of a boxer at times.
Yeah, it does depend on the athlete, of course, but usually they'll be very well conditioned, pretty tough. They do tend to square up from time to time. And it depends on the quality of the boxing training and the boxing sparring. But a decided advantage in terms of experience.
And it sort of balances itself out, doesn't it? The 25 fights from Marcus Heywood there in the red against the 9 against Fred. Even though it's 25 kickboxing fights, would you say it's a fair comparison jumping in with the experience of Fred Perese at 9?
Well, yeah, again, it depends on the athletes. Fred Perese has had a mixed bag sort of a record. Taylor's obviously been used to winning. Depends on who Perese has been fighting through his amateur career.
Marcus got the nickname the Headache. Looking at his record here, like you said, he's used to winning. 25 wins with only 5 losses with a 30% KO ratio there in the red corner for Marcus Headache Heywood.
Both boys in good nick. And this is your coverage on the GladrapChannel. It's the Auckland Netball Centre. Later on this evening, of course, Big Daddy Lucas Brown in action for the WBC Asia Heavyweight Silver title belt against Junior Pitbull Paddy, who will be looking to pull off a Rocky-type victory against the former world champion. And we are underway. Good little half-beat jab there from Taylor. Lands the... Oh, you can see immediately he's aggressive.
Wow, already down with that body shot and just those vicious combos, Mike.
Not sure what happened there.
That was very, very quick. I thought it was a body shot, or was it a loss of balance, or they actually did get KO'd?
I suspect it might have been a loss of balance. We missed that for a moment, blinked for a moment. Marcus Heywood came out very hard, finished with a body shot. Maybe it was a delayed reaction in terms of being a temple shot.
You know, we always like to see it go a little longer than that, but Marcus, the Headache Heywood, once again adds another W to the record.
Well, in terms of corporate boxing too, and this is under corporate rules, we do need to take the fighter's safety. Looked very early as if Marcus was dominant, and I can see one of the Teletubbies is here for this evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, with just 17 seconds gone in the first round, the referee Drew Bell calls us off this contest for your winner by TKO. Fighting out of the red corner, Perese.
So, Mike, based on the new health and safety rules, obviously they have to stop things when they do see a fighter in trouble. However, do you think that was stopped a little too soon, or was he actually was out and dazed?
Look, for more experienced fighters, I'd say that's a little too soon. However, perhaps Perese was overmatched. I'm still struggling to get over the purple Teletubby, however. And in the current environment, I would rather see referees erring on the side of caution, particularly when we're fighting under corporate rules. And the referee obviously ruling there that it was from a headshot, a temple shot, which discombobulated him. He looked a little bit unsure too when he regained his feet. He looked a little bit unsteady, and a good referee should spot that and prevent him from taking any further damage.
Speaking of that, Marcus Heywood, for a performance like that in his first boxing fight, even as it was a corporate, you're looking forward to seeing this guy fight again in the future?
Well, we didn't really see enough of him, but he looked like he could put his shots together well. He took options that were there. When he gets a bit of resistance coming back in the other way, that'll test his defense, then we'll get an idea about him. But certainly, he put it together well. He did what he needed to do, and you don't get much better than 17 seconds in terms of a KO, remembering that you've got a 10 count in that 17.
Remember David Hayes said once, you don't get paid overtime, and Marcus definitely lived to that saying tonight with, just as he stated, 17 seconds.
Well, being a corporate bout, he probably didn't get paid either, so good experience for him. As we look to our next bout of the evening, I think corporates so far. Next bout will be another corporate bout, 120 kilos of prime beef against 113 kilos. So some big boys will be shaking it up right here at the Auckland Netball Centre.